Hey everybody, this is Kirsten here. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a brand new episode of the Balanced Vibes podcast. And today's topic is going to be if not now, then when? And we will get to that in a minute, what I mean by that and why I'm talking about this. But to give you a little life update, what I've been doing. So when this episode airs, it's already been probably a couple of weeks since Thanksgiving and Black Friday and all that. And typically I just totally ignore the Black Friday thing. I don't care, if I need something, I'll get it. It doesn't really matter, but I'm not buying things just for the sake of buying them. So I don't love shopping in general either. I don't understand how people like it, but some people do, and that's fine, but it's just not for me. However, this time I actually found a couple of good things that I wanted to buy anyway. So I thought I would share them with you, what I got, just really few items that I think are good and healthy, and some of them are just fun as well. So first of all, what I got was the Aura Ring. So if you are familiar with this, you already know Aura Ring is basically a fitness tracker. It's very similar. What it does is similar to, for example, Fitbit. It tracks your steps, it tracks your sleep, or Apple Watch, whatever. The difference is that it is a ring and it's not around your wrist. And I have been using Aura Ring for over 3 years, well over 3 years, but just about a month ago, mine actually broke. So I had to get another one, or wanted to get another one. So I got myself a new ring. Honestly, what I enjoy the most about it is the ability to track my body temperature. So if you know this, and I hope you know that you can track your cycle, and you have to know your body temperature and how that changes throughout your cycle to confirm ovulation. So if your goal is, for example, to get pregnant or to avoid pregnancy, then this is a really cool tool to have. So this is honestly one of my favorite things about the Aura Ring. And I also use it to track my steps. I have a goal of getting about 10,000 steps a day, but I'm not very strict with it. So usually I do get it. However, if there are days when I'm tired, which is the case today because I moved a lot yesterday, then I'm not concerned about getting the 10,000. What it also shows is your HRV, so your heart rate variability, which basically tells you like how well you're recovering, how well you're ready for the next day. So it has nice little functions, and I like that it's on your ring and not on your wrist. So actually came yesterday. This is what it looks like if you're watching this on YouTube. And I love using it. This is great. So the second thing that I got was water filters. I have talked about the importance of clean drinking water a little bit on this podcast as well. And in my opinion, it is as important as moving your body every day, as important as eating good quality food and getting proper rest, because our tap water has a lot of toxins in it that you do not want in your system. And when you cook with it and when you drink it, this is not good for our health. So please do yourself a favor and get yourself some good water filters. And unfortunately, many of them that are in the market, like Brita, for example, they don't do much at all. So you have to find something better. So what I did personally, I got myself Greenfield water filters. I do have a Berkey already, but this time I ordered Greenfield replacement filters because I've heard more better things about them now than Berkey's. And a lot of people who I follow and who I respect for their knowledge, their health nuts, so to speak, they have been talking more about Greenfield and how they like that. So I decided to do that as well. Together with that, I actually bought an interesting thing. It's like a copper cartilage that is like a small, tiny thing that you can hold in your hand. When you can also put it under your pillow, you can carry it in your purse or backpack when you're traveling, and when working, you can put it next to your laptop. So what it does, it actually helps to block the EMFs. It's supposed to help you sleep you better and kind of get into this calm and relaxed state a little bit better. So for me, the main reason why I was interested in it was that I want to get my sleep better. And then, of course, the EMFs when I'm on my computer all day long. So definitely something that I want to protect myself from. So I also got that, and I haven't received it yet, but I'm excited to see when it comes and what it can do. I think, again, this is very important. And the water filter, I got to tell you guys, this is super, super, super important. So get yourself something similar as well. And then last thing that I got was some workout gear, because this is just something that it wasn't sale. I was like, I want this. So the brand that I really love is Born Primitive. And by the way, I have no affiliation with any of these companies that I'm mentioning here right now. I just like what they do. I like their products. So Born Primitive is similar, and I love their shorts and I love their leggings. And now they had a big sale going on. So I definitely got myself a few things, and also got some extra goodies. as a, that they threw in when you spend a certain amount. So this is what I got. And that's pretty much all. I'm not a big shopper. I don't buy stuff that I don't need. All the things were literally like, okay, I want them. The water filter was like, I actually need this thing. So I got myself these things, and I'm pretty happy. Now, one more thing actually that I bought, and this is a little bit like it's very interesting to me and very I'm looking forward to it. So I haven't been to Estonia where I'm from in over 3 years. So last time I was there was 2019 August, which was clearly a while ago. So 2020 was what it was. 2021 also, when we were not allowed to travel and we had to stay in our house and make sure that we don't go anywhere. So I couldn't travel then, and now I can again, and also got myself some tickets to go see my family, which I'm very, very excited about. And you know what? Don't tell my mom, because I didn't tell my mom. I only told my sister. So I was like, hey, make sure the mom's home that time. And she said, sure, let's do it. And I'm just going to show up there. She's going to be so surprised. It's also her birthday. So I cannot wait for that. All right. So this is it. These are my little updates. Let me know. Did you buy something? Did you see something good? What are you excited about? Let me know in the comments. All right, but now moving on to the topic, which is if not now, then when? And what do I even mean by that? So sometimes I hear, that people tell me that they are not satisfied with the way they look, the way they feel, the way their health is, the way their body composition is, their energy is non-existent. And there's a lot of sentences, a lot of things that people say. For example, I'm so uncomfortable in my body. I just can't believe that this has happened. During the COVID, whatever, I put on 20 pounds and I feel so gross, right? Or I could also hear, I'm approaching menopause and I know that things are not going to get easier. So I really have to get my health dialed, and I want to do all the things right to make sure that I can maintain my body composition and that I don't gain a lot of weight. Or I hear things like, I've been on my diets, I've been on different diets all my life and they don't work. I'm so exhausted and so tired, so ready to let go of this and just, have a healthy approach to fitness and food, right? I'm just like so over dieted, so burnt out. Or I feel awful in my clothes, right? I put on a bunch of weight and everything's tight, and I know that this is not what my body should look like. I don't feel like this in my home. So I hear things like that. And then the next sentence, however, oftentimes is like, well, I'll start next month or I'll start next year, right? You say that you are in such bad place and so much, is going on that you don't like and you're not used to and you don't feel like yourself and it's uncomfortable. But then there's always next month or next year. And my question is, why next month or next year? Why not now? And the answers that I often get are things like, well, the holidays are about to start, right? So this is right now in November, December, the holidays are supposed to start. I cannot start now, but why not? Why don't you get ahead of everybody else? And, all the people who are like, January 1st, here we come. Why don't you get started now? And by the way, maybe your fear is that it's going to look like extreme diet again. And this is not what it's going to look like. Maybe that's why you think, oh, I'm going to start January 1st, start fresh, go eat 1,000 calories and no carbs. If you think that this is what you're going to do, then that's probably why you're saying that I'm going to start fresh new year. But if you are ready to take a more reasonable approach and start learning what it takes to heal your body and then get healthy results and sustainable results, why not start this week? Why not, right? The other reason that I often hear is, well, I don't have the time. Well, tell me, when is there enough time, right? It's never going to be a perfect time when there's no holiday, no vacation, no birthday, no anniversary, no nothing, right? It's never such time like that. Everybody has throughout the years. Throughout the year, we have these events going on. So say that I don't have the time right now, is it not a good time? It will never come. It's literally a decision. If you are in so much pain and you're saying that, everything's wrong and you're feeling awful, then now is the time to get started, because you know what? Otherwise, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better on its own. The next thing I hear is that I don't feel motivated. Now, motivation is a little bit tricky, right? So you are probably motivated at one point, but then it fades away and you're not motivated all the time. There's most things, I think, in life that we know that they have to get done, but we're not motivated to do them, right? Well, it doesn't feel like I want to eat vegetables today. I just don't feel motivated. I don't feel motivated to go to the gym. yeah, honestly, there are times when you don't want to make these choices, and then you don't. I absolutely admit that. When there's a day when you're like, I just can't, I'm tired, I don't feel great, don't then push yourself to go to the gym. Or if you need a day off, like from meticulous tracking, take that day off. Sometimes there is a reason, right? Something happens in the family, whatever. You cannot focus on it like a 1,000%, then just, relax a little bit. It's okay. But to expect that the motivation is high all the time, this is unrealistic, because it's never high all the time. So some things just have to become a discipline, right? Some things just have to become a habit, and then you do them. Now, the next thing that I hear sometimes, and this is very interesting to me, this is, my husband doesn't approve this. All right, so if you are having a lot of trouble and you're not feeling great and your body is not what you want it to be, and you keep buying new clothes because nothing fits, but now there's your husband that tells you that you don't need this, I'm sorry, that I don't see how, I don't know what's going on there. Why is he, first of all, why is he not supportive? Doesn't he want what's best for you? And second, if it's a financial issue, then maybe there are some decisions that you can make for yourself on your own. Maybe you don't need that permission necessarily. And I don't know for sure. I'm not gonna say that, I know how things are set up in your family and how you deal with your money and all that. Just consider that maybe you can make some decisions on your own that are for yourself, that are for you and for your health. Maybe you can do this. Maybe you can. Just think about it. Okay. So if you don't make the change, you're like telling me that next month, next year, not a good time, not motivated, husband doesn't let me. Well, then what's gonna happen in 6 months? And I'm telling you this because I don't want you to find yourself in the same freaking place again. I'm not saying this to tell you that you gotta sign up with me today, right? But I'm saying, like, think about yourself. Like, what does your life look like 6 months from now, right? Are you buying even more bigger clothes? Are you trying another diet? Are you doing another low carb, although it didn't work for you? Are you just letting things go worse? Are you still waiting for your husband's permission to feel good in your body? I don't know, maybe it is a little bit tough love, but I know that some of you need to hear this. And I know that for me, after I went from size 4 to size 12, this is where the light bulb moment went off for me. And I didn't want to be size 14 the next time I go to buy, a pair of pants or whatever. I didn't want to see how my previously athletic body was changing, and it was getting softer and softer. And I remember how I felt awful when I wasn't able to even do one proper push up on the floor. Before, though, this push-ups had been like my strong suit, right? I had enjoyed it. I've always had like good upper body strength, but during those years when I let things really go, then I didn't exercise and I ate a lot more than I actually needed. Then I just started feeling like, okay, this is getting worse and worse and worse. I can't do one freaking push-up. Do I have to go buy clothes size 14? I don't want that. And there has to be a hard stop now. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I've shared this before. The light bulb moment really happened in the fitting room when I was trying to on a dress that I was about to buy, and I was like, "What? This is size 12. All right, something's got to change." And this is where I reached out to my friend, who was then a macro coach, and helped me out. And this is where the whole journey actually got started for me as well. So I started losing weight and body fat, and learned what it's like to do actually workouts that actually work, what the programming should look like. And this is how I got into much more comfortable body composition. So this was the light bulb moment for me. And I didn't think like, am I going to get an approval from somebody, or I'm going to wait for a little bit longer. I'm going to start, next year, whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start now because I really want this for me. It is my right to feel good in my body. I don't want to be, gaining anymore. I don't want to completely lose the athleticism that I once had. I don't want that. I want better for me. I know that I deserve more than that. And this is how I made this decision. So I hope this inspires you today. Stop waiting, start taking action. Nothing's going to change if you don't take the action. And I'm here to support you. Also, what's here to support you is my Fit and Fueled Facebook group. So join that group for more conversations like this, for Monday evening lives, all the good things. I'm sharing a lot of tips and tools there as well. So join that group, search for Fit and Fueled on Facebook, and I will see you there. Thank you so much for listening to me today. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.